Good day. I think the last video we spoke about, we ended up with saying that data is a new oil, and I think that's not just a slogan. I think data is going to be the engine that's going to drive growth. In the previous video, we spoke about the importance of data for sales and how it can actually drive sales decisions, which drive business growth. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about how data is used in marketing, right? And the distinction between sales and marketing also will become a bit more apparent as we cover the different areas of marketing. Marketing is something which, plays a major role in supporting the growth of business by supporting the sales teams with a lot more easy access to customers and consumers. And data is at the heart of all that. And I think to a large extent, I think what we're going to cover in this video in the next 10 minutes or so is all about how data can actually be utilized and what are the various aspects of data which are important. And I think Neetu, would you like to just build on that, and then we'll cover different facets as we go along.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. So the good thing is in today's digital world, marketing is already doing empowered with data, right? But the negative, the flip side of that is that we're not utilizing it very well. So in marketing, the first thing that I would like to focus the data on is on understanding the customer. So the customer profile, or customer persona, or the user persona. Now, this is a data point which is actually missing with a lot of organizations. Organizations do have the basic information like what's the gender, age, income bracket of the customer. But the information which surround the behavior of the customer, which is related to what are their pain areas, what are their challenges, what are their goals, why are they buying a product from you, or why are they not buying a product from you? Why are they buying it from a competition? What are they expecting out of your from your product or your service? What's the value that you're giving to your product and service? And how does your organization serve the need of the customer, which is in a unique manner, which is not done by your competition? All of this information, this in-depth data is generally missing with a lot of organizations. And this is where I would really love to see organizations spend a little bit more time and effort in understanding their customers beyond just their age and income bracket. So that's one level of data that with marketing can really benefit from knowing. Then the second one is around the channels. I think CK, you have a good example to talk about that, right?
See, channels is an important part because traditionally different organizations, depending on their retail space or they're in the B2B space or B2C space, end of the day, how do you reach out to the clients and how do clients reach out to you? So there are different channels which have been used in the past. Some of them have worked, some of them have not worked. So there were the traditional companies that would spend a lot of money on participating in exhibitions, local exhibitions, regional exhibitions, global exhibitions, spend huge amounts of money. And sometimes the results are not very tangible. You may get one or two inquiries, you may get one or two collaborations. And at the end of it, there's always a question mark that, no, we spent so much of money. Did we get good value for that, right? Fortunately or unfortunately, during the pandemic, many of these exhibitions did not happen. So I think it gave an opportunity for many of the companies to relook at, okay, no exhibitions now, so what else can we do to reach out to our customers, right? So the next channel could be obviously the digital medium, right? And digital medium is something which a lot of entrepreneurs, startups don't necessarily understand so well, and we don't expect them to understand so well end of the day, right? So this is where the help of a digital marketing consultant would come in useful. A marketing partner would come in useful to understand and say, look, for the kind of customer persona which Neetu spoke about that you're reaching out to, right? these are the 2 or 3 channels which could be the best way, right? Your Google ads, your website, your SEO ratings going up, and these are all technical things which you need somebody to guide you and handhold you to help you to achieve the goal, right? So there has to be a marketing goal that this is what we would like to achieve at the end of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, and I don't know how to get there. I need an expert to help me to navigate that journey, right? So, what channel to use, which is most appropriate to your business, is something that we would recommend as an action, right? And take the help of a marketing agency. Need not be a big agency; it can be a small agency, but with the right amount of credibility. Yeah, Neetu.
Yes. So extending that, right? Understand that a lot of organizations don't have an in-house digital marketing team, and they work with an agency outside. And it is technical in nature, so invariably we depend a lot on the advice of the agency to tell us what to do. But here's what we can also do to ensure that we get the best out of this kind of collaboration or the services from the digital agency. One is to understand what are the goals that you are chasing with the agency by doing the marketing, right? By doing the digital marketing, what are the goals are you looking at? And I'm not talking about goals like number of likes and number of followers. Those are all vanity metrics. They're nice, but they don't actually impact the business growth. Not
Yeah.
okay. So we are talking about specific goals like how many forms are going to be downloaded, um, uh, how many phone calls are how many callback requests are going to be made, how many phone calls are made to the customer service number or the sales number over there, how many inquiries are coming in. So all of those we're looking at those specific, even if it's PPC, there's so many different technical terms over there. Ask the agency what are the goals that we are chasing for each marketing campaign. Okay, let me just give you an example. There was an organization that wanted to increase the number of app downloads, and they decided that they're going to do an intensive 3 days on the field activity, reaching out to the consumers in the mall and sharing flyers with them and asking them to download the app, okay, with some kind of a nice discount option, etc., so that they do it right there and then. And they were hiring a small team of 4 or 5 interns to help them do this. So when I asked them, what is the goal of doing this? Like, we want to increase the number of app downloads. Okay, how many app downloads are you looking at? So it took them some time to tell us, oh, they haven't actually put a number on that. So I said, okay, let's put a number on that. And then we broke it down to say, okay, if we're doing 3 days activity, we've got 4 interns to be doing that. So with that goal in mind, how many apps, and each of the interns are going to be working for 4 hours. So how many app downloads are we expecting per intern per day, per 4 hours? And we realized it's going to come to close to 200 apps download, which honestly is not going to be possible. So we realized that the expectations of that campaign vis-a-vis the resources that was put in the campaign, there was a mismatch over there. But this is a very simple way of using the data, your goal data vis-a-vis the resources data, combining them and comparing them and seeing if you are even going to be able to meet them or not. Right now, the other part of it is all the digital platforms, they have their own analytics. There are built-in analytics, which is great. So what you as a business owner need to do is to start understanding those analytics, understanding where the customers are coming in from, which geographies are they coming in from, what sources are they coming into your system, right? And what days are they coming in, what weeks are they, what timing in the day are they actually clicking on your ads. All this information is actually available with most of the digital platforms, and your digital agency has access to them. So you need to sit down with them and understand all of these things and say, hey, how can I utilize this information in my next campaign? So one of the things that is most thing that you need to do is do a A/B testing, right? What I mean by A/B testing is use the same ad and try and or different versions of the ads and to check out which one works better. For example, if you have two different customer personas, try running different ads for each of those personas and or different customer personas, use the same ad for both of the persona and say which one is responding to you more, right? Or if you have one customer persona, try two different versions of it and see which one is getting more response. So all of these things, actually, your agency will be able to help you out with. Your job as a business owner is to ask them, okay, what are the metrics that we're going to be chasing? How am I getting access to that? And how will I understand those analytics? And then how are we going to apply that in our next marketing to make it much more, to improve that?
Yeah. Yeah, I could build on that, Neetu, because in fact, the experience I've had is that most entrepreneurs do not have the necessary expertise in this area, right?
Get it?
So one of the things is that we've sort of encouraged the entrepreneurs to do is that every month have a meeting at the start of the month or before the start of the month to set the priorities and agenda for the next 1 month. What is the agency going to be focusing on for the next 1 month, so that there's an alignment with what the agency is proposing and what the entrepreneur is willing to go with and also willing to spend on, right? Halfway through the month, again, there's a review which happens with the agency saying that these are the things which are happening this month. This is what is working well. This is what is not working well. So we may need to do a little bit of course correction.
Get it?
Again, what happens is that agencies are chosen in a hurry. Agencies are not monitored properly. And after 3 months or 4 months, there's a tendency to say, look, nothing is happening in marketing. Right? So the problem is not nothing is happening in marketing. The problem is that we are not driving marketing, like you mentioned, Neetu, with some clear goals. Right? And I think when you look at data is such a powerful tool, marketing has to use that data and use the help of that agency to sort of actually make the best of it, so that the customer persona, the customer market, the customer segments, the product segments are all being well fed in such a way that you're creating more inquiries. You're building the pipeline for more and more inquiries. And then those inquiries then move into the sales funnel and conversion, as we spoke in the sales video. So marketing is the engine for sales, right? And if the marketing engine is faltering, your sales engine also will falter. Right? I think that's a key message from today's thing. So our only request to entrepreneurs is that invest time. It's not just about investing money. Invest money and invest the time to make sure the money is well spent. Otherwise, it will be seen as a cost, like we spoke about earlier.
In fact, I want to just wrap that up with a very nice phrase, which is marketing is both an art and a science. The art is the creative side of that kind of tends to overwhelm a lot of people. But marketing also has a very powerful science to it, which is the analytics, which is the data piece of it. It has it. We just have to learn how to utilize it for our business. And with that, we are wrapping up today's session, and we will see you again in the next week with another series on data itself, another function on applying data in another function of the business.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.